Maru, Bunny, DRG, RagnaroK. Round of 6. Africa TV, Freak Up Studios, live. 2022 GSL Season 2.
Welcome back, everybody. Are we ready for it?
I'm ready for anything after that weird TBT we just had.
Yeah. I don't know. That looked like it was, you know, we had some region of the world that got to have its own meta with worse players. And it's like, well, here's what they do, TBT. There's an Antarctica server.
There
was a couple scientists and penguins that are all playing on this server. And, I mean, it's not great, but it's kind of cool. They're EMPing medevacs. You go, oh, wasn't that funny? You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like you find a tribe of people that have been isolated and they have these different customs and habits. And you're like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's what Maru's play looked like.
A little bit.
It was
I do get what you're saying. There actually was a period where there were little pockets of very different metagames. Things became more global eventually, but yeah, I see what you're saying here.
It just was an odd, I don't know, it was very odd.
Yeah.
I feel like I learned a lot, but then also didn't. I don't know.
You both learned a lot and didn't learn a lot.
Yeah, we both did and did not learn. I don't know how else to describe it. Anyways, we've got a ZVZ coming up here. I'll tell you what, I'm pleasantly surprised that we had a series that was that close for the TVT. I kind of thought the TVT was going to be Maru very quickly killing Bunny 3-0 and moving on, and it would be a forgettable series. And in fact, I feel like that was one of the more memorable series in our whole tournament. So, anyways, we're in this ZVZ now. This is going to be an interesting one.
Okay.
What are your thoughts going into this, Artosis?
Okay, DRG versus RagnaroK. I got to be honest with you, Tasteless. Like, when I was watching the first group while I had COVID, I was still like a little bit sick that day.
Yeah.
And when the last match was DRG versus Rogue, I just went to sleep because I knew DRG couldn't beat Rogue. And I literally didn't know for like 2 days or something he won. Because I'm like, what? Like, because he always, like, every tournament so far, his ZVZ has held him back. Because he's actually been very good ZVT, okay ZVP, and then bad ZVZ.
Yeah.
But this is going somewhere. I never went back and actually watched DRG versus Rogue Taste, so I actually I'm not even certain what he's going to be looking like at all here.
Well, I feel like this is such a different matchup that we've got here. I think these guys are fairly evenly matched. I do think RagnaroK's a little bit better.
Yeah, that's my feel.
He's a little bit more unpredictable as well. Like, I think he's got a wider range. I think DRG is very good, but this is kind of not the matchup you think about when you get this far in the tournament, so it should be an interesting one, man. Let's see who comes out on top. We're going to Hardwire now for map 1. Let's go.
I came for war.
Team NV, DRG. Alpha X, RagnaroK.
Okay. Couple hatches.
Nice casting. Couple hatches.
Couple hatches, dude.
Couple of drones mining minerals.
More than a couple.
It's going to be one of those games.
Quite a few.
Yeah. So fun to have these audiences. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, man. So, I mean, let's see if this just goes to 3 hatch and one guy decides to pull the trigger on Lings.
Well,
we had a lot of those games.
Yeah, it's definitely going to 3 hatch. Like, once you get 1 hatch down, man, it's like 99% of the time both players just start a 3rd hatch.
Yeah.
It's so rare to see anything else.
And if you had to pick an aggressor, who do you think? Maybe RagnaroK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, RagnaroK is very aggressive. He is a very aggressive player. Yeah, no, I think that's a big part of why he's being so successful right now as well. the thing is, his aggression actually has a lot more brains in it than I feel like it has in the past. In the past, a lot of, when I think back to like RagnaroK's first peak back in SSL days,
yeah,
it was like actually just stupid abusive things. It was like,
oh yeah, he was very exploitative.
Yeah, and for people to understand, right, like there's aggression and there's like abusive aggression where it's like the stuff that he was doing eventually like kind of got patched out and stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, you are, and or figured out like these mass queenling drops, this type of thing where it's like, okay, this is not going to last. But the stuff he's been doing more recently, there's a little bit of creativity with it. The hatch blocking sometimes is more of a macro play.
It is going to be mass lings.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
And on 2 base.
So it's funny because I feel like RagnaroK never has the standard aggression, right? He's always got some kind of way that it's amped up some in certain aspects.
But I respect the way he's trying to go about it right now. Like he's done more proxy hatches than anyone we've seen, basically, other than like Bly. He has so I actually am a big fan of some of the moves he's put on PVZ or ZVP rather, where it's like mass Baneling for 1 hit, you know?
Okay, so now he sees it. So the Baneling's nest is halfway done.
Dude, that
he cancels the hatch.
That is such a serious amount of lings.
Now, I mean, where are the lings here for DRG? Because he needs to make Banes.
He has 2 lings right now. So not that many. He's been very, very greedy with this opener.
Yeah. Oh, and that's so funny. Oh, yeah, that's would be a second Baneling's nest. I was like, what? I'm like, that's weird structure to lose there.
You know what? He's going to just get everything in time here.
Yeah.
RagnaroK's aggression is not going to do it. RagnaroK's on 17 workers.
Looks like a very straightforward loss, to be honest. It's got me scratching my head a little bit, Artosis.
Well,
you know, when you do this and you're both on 3 hatches, you can at least kill their hatch. But if you go on 2 hatches and do this, it's like, well, yeah, now he's on 2 hatches too and has the tech.
Yes.
So now what?
Yeah. Well, I guess that shows you why 99% of the time you see that 3rd hatch. Because like if he had a 3rd hatch and DRG did not right now, and the thing is, if he had done that, he would have had more drones too. But that's the risk he took.
Yeah.
You know, that's the point, in fact. The reason why he's like behind is also why he did it, is because he was looking to really catch DRG off guard here. And if DRG, for instance, hadn't had a tight wall, he'd probably be dead right now.
So, I mean, what kind of game can RagnaroK really play from here, I wonder? You know? It's going to be an awkward one. Again, I feel like we never cast that rush. 2 hatch Massling, and you kind of see why.
No,
like it's so much kind of hinged on like surprising them and then insta winning the game.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really have a comfortable, way to dig yourself out of that hole.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't give you inherently anything above your opponent. It's a gotcha, and it didn't get him. So like the things I was praising him for, this is not one of them.
Yeah.
Now a Spire coming up for DRG. Huh. What do you think about the Spire here?
I mean, I think it's fine. I kind of like it, actually.
Like you think it's better than Roachhorn?
I don't know if it's better, but I like the idea. I mean, I was not expecting a Spire to come here.
No, I thought I thought he would go Roachhorn because it feels like he just has.
It feels like it would
slight edges everywhere.
You would naturally flow out with Roaches a little bit more easily here and kind of have the opportunity to deny their 3rd. But the Muta tech can throw them off, right? I mean, Mutas can blindside you, and it's really hard to actually recover if you don't see them coming. I mean, that rush that RagnaroK did, it's designed so that you only have a few seconds to respond, and if you don't respond, you get in big trouble. But the same is kind of true for a big Muta tech like this, right?
Let me throw something out there about this Muta tech.
Oh my God.
If RagnaroK continues to all in, which he actually is, we can see.
Yeah.
This is much better because your 2-base Muta is a thing, 2-base Roach is not.
Yeah.
So like if you have to cancel, for instance. Now this is so many Banelings.
This is not connecting to the targets it needs to hit.
DRG wins.
This is over. DRG, yeah. I mean, that was a real tumble that we saw RagnaroK take there. It's funny that Mutas never even became a factor. It's like he was going to tech to him. I mean, I thought it was interesting, but I'm a little bit worried for RagnaroK here. I mean, Ragnarok's laughing, okay, and I think that's all you can do. That's probably the best move when you bomb that badly, where it's like, all right, this sucks, but whatever.
Yeah. It's best of 5. Who cares?
My gotcha build didn't work. Okay, whatever. But I don't know. I mean, what do you think? I feel like you see an opening like that, it's like, are you not confident against DRG in a normal game? I feel like that's what we would have seen him do against Rogue or somebody. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, I'm probably not going to beat this guy.
We've seen super failure moves from RagnaroK in the past CVZ, where he does a weird cheese, and like, I'll never forget when he went proxy 3rd hatch against Scarlet when Massling all in, and she literally never knew there. When I told her there was a 3rd hatch, she was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Because there just wasn't enough lings to explain that. Like,
yeah.
It's like, this kind of felt like that, where it's like, what? Like, that just didn't do anything.
All right, guys, we're going to go to map 2. Right now, DRG with that 1-0 lead. Short game. Hopefully this one's a little bit longer.
Team NV, DRG. Alpha X, RagnaroK.
So let's see if RagnaroK does something really wonky this time around. Again, I don't think he's shaken from that last loss, as embarrassing as that was. RagnaroK does have like a way he carries himself, where he seems to kind of, he's confident. You know, I think, to be honest, it's kind of something Creator doesn't have. Is RagnaroK has a pretty good sense of humor about losing.
Yes.
Like some of these other really good players, like they can lose and just sort of laugh it off and be like, well,
he
whatever.
brushes off losses better than maybe anybody.
Yeah. He looks very, I don't know, just kind of comfortable in his own skin, which I think is important. You know, if you're going to recover, then you need to have, you know, the ability to kind of get your head back in the game. Because, you know, I can't remember which pro gamer told me this, but it was one of these things like, you know, the problem with cheeses like that is when you win, you look like a genius, and when you lose, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
And so, you know, imagine he had won that, we'd be like, wow, well, RagnaroK, crazy play, super aggressive, DRG, super salty right now. The Lings, you know, they got in there, but then, you know, it backfires, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
And that could super put you on tilt.
I mean, that did look kind of bad. Like, DRG held that pretty easily. I honestly thought it would be closer. I thought that the Evolution Chamber would break, like, much more quickly, or it actually didn't end up breaking.
Right.
I thought it would, and he was going to be able to, you know, get something done there, but it was pretty bad. I get the Muta choice now because he's hedging against like another wave of all in, right? Whereas if your opponent continues to all in, you're like, I literally don't care because 2-base Muta is good. Whereas if you're on 2-base Roach, you're like, this is kind of gross.
You don't know what he's doing, but no matter what, you're probably fine. Because he didn't get that 3rd base, so it's like, oh, it's a big Ling all in. Okay, well, my Mutas will defend. Oh, is he going to take a 3rd base? Well, let's start harassing him, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
So the 3rd base has been taken now for RagnaroK. DRG. Oh, no, I'm sorry. His 3rd hatch started too. I thought for a second he was like,
oh, no,
he's going to do the Ling all in this time, Artosis.
Oh, God, that would.
It's just them doing the same strategy to each other and failing.
I really liked how I smashed that. Let me try it now.
Yeah. That strategy that I shut down, now it's my turn.
Imagine if he did. And
now I'm in the driving wheel.
Oof. That's what they say. Now I'm in the driving wheel.
Now I'm holding the driving wheel. That's right, the driver's seat, excuse me.
Now I'm in the driving wheel.
Now I'm the pilot of the car.
Do you find yourself like messing up idioms, some from living here for so long?
I don't know if it's from living here.
It's just from being dumb in your case.
For me, it's from my brain not working right. Like, every once in a while, I feel like we're normally pretty good at talking, but then like something will come out. Like when you were at MLG and you just said like all kings must die. And it's
that was a great line.
And it's like, must they, Artosis? Must they all die? Is that how it works?
We all die eventually, Tasteless. I know it was too deep for you. Yeah, that was funny. Or when Apollo said the ticking time bomb is ticking.
Was that Kalaris or was that Apollo?
That was Apollo.
The ticking bomb is ticking.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, Claris would never say anything that stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
from the north to the south, the north to south, or something like that. Yeah,
this is the shield and this is the sword, or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Yeah. It's not easy, guys. Sometimes you're trying to like just sum something up so well, and it comes out, and you're like, oh man, I'm not good at this. So we've got Ro.6 here and a dozen lings. So this appears like we're going to see RagnaroK thrust out with an attack. And I'm not sure how ready exactly he's going to be. More Banes have been made.
Yeah. Well, here it comes. The Roach is coming in right now. Going to want to try to target down these Banes as best he can. His own Bane's coming up with those lings. Doesn't seem like there's any real opportunity here. You can't just be up like 2 units and make it work. Oh, ooh, good pullback.
Okay, so so far so good here. DRG looking pretty comfortable. RagnaroK once again looking for a fight that I'm not sure he can take. You know, with the Roach count out like it is, it doesn't seem like the natural is going to be another kind of surprise attack point that's going to be valuable here. So I don't see DRG losing here. It is a 9-worker lead as well, which we, you know, I guess now it's a 7-worker lead, but still a very big worker lead. It's all things considered.
And he's had more workers for a long time too.
Yeah, very true.
So it's going to start building upon itself. I am just not liking where RagnaroK's at all here.
Same. Well, yeah, DRG just seems to kind of play the defense, and it's fine.
Well, it's certainly working for him. 9 Roach is going to be popping out. A couple drones being mixed in here for RagnaroK, trying to catch up on his economy, but he's going to start really falling behind on army.
Yeah. Is there going to be an opportunity, you think, for a counterattack? I feel like there is with this missile upgrade finishing, where it's like,
oh yes,
you know, the moment that RagnaroK wants to play catch-up, he's going to be really vulnerable here.
Yeah. No, I think that DRG is going to field a massive army. It's going to be tough to play against. +2, or the +1 coming up is just going to make him so strong here. I think DRG is just going to walk across the map and kill. Because he's up 8 Roaches right now. And as soon as the Banelings are gone, all the Lings that he's rallying in are going to do a fantastic job.
Okay, this should just overpower RagnaroK if I'm not mistaken here.
Decent Banelings on the side there, kills a decent amount of the Lings.
Too many Roaches here.
Does seem that way.
We're just going to slowly watch this army just get surrounded. Moving shot takes this out. It's going to be 2-0, man.
Yeah.
We are just barreling through this best of 3. It's kind of crazy.
I guess so.
Yeah.
DRG just blocking every single thing RagnaroK wants to do so far and like making it look easy.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be like a much closer match, and it's totally not.
Yeah.
And he's not even going to waste his time trying to get the hatchery. He wants to come right, you know, on top of this location and try to fight the drones there too. GG DRG, 2-0.
Yeah.
Are we going straight to 3-0?
Might be, and I got to tell you, honestly, either of these guys against Maru would be pretty fun, but DRG, that's kind of like a very old school battle. Would not mind to see that, not even one little bit.
Yeah, I would be down for that for sure. All right, well, you know, there is a theme happening here. I mean, it does seem like RagnaroK really is trying to just kind of end the game before it starts, and DRG is like, you know, like water, man. He is just moving perfectly and countering every play and just, you know, eking out that lead. A lot of these big timing attacks, guys, all you got to do is have a few extra workers and just hold it off, not take any real damage, and most of the rest of the game is pretty easy.
Well, yeah, he's blocking and then just macroing up, and it's like, well, he had 5 more drones during the rush, and then after the rush, he had 5 more drones above that.
He had more drones, and he's like, and I have enough money to make an Evo chamber. I'll get the missile upgrade, and then when you're back trying to play catch up, now it's my turn.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, Cosmic Sapphire for map 3. Let's go.
Came for war.
You're like a man with partial amnesia. It's like you know how to read, but you're not sure what the word is.
Team NV, DRG.
I've also got StarCraft race blindness, where I just can't quite tell what it is. Like, I see it, and I'm like, I don't know, is that Protoss? Is that what that is?
Oh, dude.
Uh-oh.
Cool first.
Alpha
Are we surprised?
X, RagnaroK.
Are we surprised?
All right, just pull first. Let's see if it's like super aggro.
It does seem like these early pool builds have become less and less and less effective.
Yeah, that's for sure. Even the 12 pools where you like bring a couple drones for spines and stuff, like it doesn't feel like those work that often.
So, I mean, the ideas with what RagnaroK's doing, I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? You're trying to come in here and hit the other Zerg when they're in normal development. And basically, you know, ideally in a perfect world for you, you would win, but that usually doesn't happen anymore. But at least get ahead and then try to play like the game like it's a bit of a race, right? Just continue to stay ahead from them and look for opportunities to close it out.
Well, he's making 6 lings. Let's see what these can get done.
Yep, they're coming across the map, and they are going to go in a path where they're going to go around the Overlord. So this is less about, you know, getting there quickly and more about just kind of getting there without them realizing they were going to come at all. And so we got to watch carefully the larva and what he's going to morph. He's got 2 queens making, he's got 2 lings. That's not bad.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to take any real damage here. Like, I think
so.
As RagnaroK, maybe you're looking for a queen surround the eggs as they're making, perhaps.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, if you go up and try to actually fight the drones, the queen's going to pop out. There's going to be some drone drilling, and I don't know if you get more than 2 drones here.
Yeah. Well, you know, this was like much stronger in the past, and it just seems like people have just gotten so good at like holding attacks now that like I just don't feel like this is going to work at like a GSL level, you know what I mean? And it clearly hasn't. Now,
he didn't even get 1 drone.
No, he did not get a single one and lost every ling but 1. And so it's now 23 workers to 21. It was even for a second at 21-21. But now DRG is just going to pedal ahead here.
Yeah, he's already got speed on the way. You know, RagnaroK is not so far behind that you want to say the game's over or something like that, but it definitely did not feel like that was that useful.
Okay, so 3rd hatch coming down.
Evo chamber here. Maybe expecting a bit of aggression.
Yeah,
maybe he wants to get a quick upgrade and do something.
I mean, if you get an Evo
weird?
chamber, that's the place to put it, right? But I mean, yeah, is he just doing this because he's afraid of getting counter-flooded?
Well, what are you looking for with that Evo chamber?
Like, it's the missile upgrade. I'm like, well, we don't even have roach warrants. That's crazy. Like,
like, I mean, I could see a carapace starting, I guess, into some sort of like roach ling. But he doesn't have his 3rd hatch yet. I don't know. I'm not digging it. 10 lings. Okay.
So it seems like the Evo chamber is kind of like, oh, it's going to be armor. I was going to say it's like a red herring or something. Like, what is this all about? It's not about anything. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't know how well this is going to fare for him later on. What do you think, Artosis?
Well, I think that this is really weird because DRG kept his lings alive the whole time and he sees all the lings being made.
Imagine this works.
I don't think so.
The year is 2010. It's like,
but he saw all these lings being made by RagnaroK. So now it's, oh, what's he doing? He just needs to go back into his choke, right?
Oh, the lings are going to come down and hit this base.
If he gets the hatch.
Oh, he's going to get the hatch, I think.
You think?
I think so,
I guess you're right. I guess you're right. You can't quite defend that.
DRG seems okay kind of letting him have it. Oh, riggedy wreck.
Yeah, he thought about it there. He's like, I could blow that up.
Maybe, yeah. If I get this off by the fraction of a second, I just won't get it. Whoa.
Okay, well, that was a pretty sick catch right there. RagnaroK has to be frustrated with that one.
Oh, look at this. I actually thought that queen was just in a position where they could go around, but wow, he barely survived all that. That's funny. So more roaches are coming down. Quick glance at the worker count does tell us that once again, DRG is like just a little bit more ahead in workers.
But with the 3rd hatch, right, as well as his carapace upgrade finishing, I feel like you can do a Roach Ling attack pretty quickly here. Oh my god.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Gets rid of
whoa.
the third again. Kills it even.
Yeah, it wasn't a cancel.
Oh.
This was murder.
Well, this game is definitely not going to go to DRG.
Doesn't look like it.
With the carapace too? And the third hatch twice?
Yeah. The carapace is pretty big. Missile upgrades are coming, but it's not even halfway done.
Yeah, as long as you attack before that, what are they going to do? Like right now, DRG just has to make roaches like non-stop, but he's actually droning, so I think this attack is just going to slaughter.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. A bit of a fumble here from DRG, though, to be honest. Seemed like once the initial Ling attack was held, it's like, okay, then he's got this, you know?
Well, yeah, when he saw the Lings pop out, I thought he'd be fine, but then it's like, oh no, they're pretty fast. They're going to go right across the map. And
yeah.
When they actually killed the hatch, especially with the reinforcements coming, I thought for a second he might be able to hold it, but not quite. Slow bailing nest and everything.
Let's see how this next attack does. He's RagnaroK's in position, but this missile upgrade is very, very close to finishing. I think the armor upgrade's still better, but you know what I'm saying? Let's see if he's... No,
Yeah,
I don't think he can hold this. He's like, all right, you get the hatchery again.
And Roach vs. Roach, the missile is really good. Nice surround there with the Lings. Lings coming up for a little bit of a flank on these Roaches as well, and definitely RagnaroK is having a good time in this fight. But you know what? The choke is being held. The Roach is being pulled back. Can DRG actually muster enough here to fend this off?
We've got the Queens coming from the bottom here.
No. Yeah, I think
it seems like it's just too much, man. 20 more Lings on the way. GG RagnaroK takes game 3.
Okay.
We're just trucking through this best of 5, man.
I know. A lot of aggression. Almost all of it coming out of RagnaroK as well. He is just laughing, man. I can't believe I got that.
So, what is this? Is the funniest best of 5 ever. Just that whole part of the stage is filled with Riddler gas, man.
Well, it's RagnaroK's the one that put that out there.
That's right.
But it's mostly for himself because everyone else is wearing masks.
Okay, so I don't know what to expect in the next game. I will say overall, this is a better performance from DRG. It seems like RagnaroK kind of pulled off some tactics there in the middle of that game, and you know, third base in ZVZ is so important. You know, it's kind of hard to ever not have a third base and then go back into it. It's why so much of ZVZ, if it is going to be action-packed, it's going to be about denying the third.
All right, Berlingrad. Can RagnaroK take another, bring us that game number 5?
Berlingrad, more like Zerglinggrad Artosis. This ZVZ is going to be crazy.
Wow.
Whoa. Looks like our game's going to load up now. DRG versus RagnaroK. Right now, DRG with a 2-1 lead.
Came for war.
Team NV, DRG.
Oh.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, gamer.
Alpha X, RagnaroK.
Very quick pull this time, much quicker than before. Double extractor trick. No, single extractor trick.
Yeah.
And
He like
single
cancels
extractor.
both.
Could.
Like that's now I've got more Lings and no tech at all.
So this should just end up being like a Ling Bane, right?
I think so.
Getting gas this early, what else could it be?
Again, RagnaroK really. I mean, they're different builds, but they all kind of come to the same idea, which is like, let's end this before it starts. The problem is, and a lot of people who play like this have experienced this, if you have a reputation for doing this all the time, or especially if you start, your opponent starts to see this pattern over and over, these attacks tend to become less and less effective. When you're like, oh, you're just that guy who's trying to cheese me.
Yeah.
You're just going to try to kill me early on. All right, I'll just be very careful. There's ways that you can kind of cross your T's and dot your I's that are going to allow you to be pretty safe, you know.
4 Lings run right past and around. Those Lings are going to go down and make Banes.
Yeah.
And then he's going to run down with the rest of his lings.
Yeah, he's like, look at me, here are my lings.
And
Better
this
watch
kind of
out.
makes it look similar to that last game,
Yeah,
right?
it looks like the last game, but it's
The last
not.
game was a setup for this one,
It
Tasteless.
was a lie.
There they are. Good luck, DRG. Imagine RagnaroK, he just cheeses 5 games in a row and he wins the last 3. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I play Maru now.
He wins this game and then he does the same build again and wins that game, and it's like, oh my god, all right.
All right, as he sees the Banes, he knows he has to run away. If there's no Banes, you can kind of use your drones, but here, look at him split to both sides. Oh my god. Well,
7 kills.
that's pretty big.
Oh my god, 3 more
Just 3
kills.
more, yeah.
Is that fatal though? That's the question.
Dude, 8 workers to 15 is a pretty big difference.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
DRG, though, is going to try for... Well, he's droning up. He's droning up. He does have his own Baneling Nest, though.
He didn't get Ling speed, right?
No.
No. Okay.
If he had Ling Speed, this would already be over.
Yeah. All right, so he's going to get the Overlord. That's actually pretty big early on. These builds are not designed for you to lose any Overlords early on, so that is one pretty bad misstep, to be honest. And so the Baneling's Nest is done.
Dude, he's getting Overlord speed.
Yeah, I almost had to do a double take when I saw that.
Oh, he cancels. Okay.
Okay. Must have been like a misfire on the keyboard. Like he just hit a button. I was like, really?
So I'm just like, what in the world are you looking for?
I'm like, right now, what you're thinking about is making your Overlords faster. That's crazy. Of all the things you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After losing that many drones, you need to make your Overlords
quicker. Oh, God,
quicker.
my Overlords are slow.
Like, I like it when they're fast. I can scout things.
I can scout things. I could scout you and not counter it because I have no tag. So, where do we go from here? I mean, we see both sides droning up. You know, RagnaroK's opening strategy worked, but I mean, I'm looking at the drone count, and it's not like it's far apart enough that, you know, I'd be worried here for DRG.
Well, RagnaroK right now is throwing down the Roach Warren and the Evolution Chamber. No third base or anything. DRG making some more lings. Speed almost done. But RagnaroK, like, walling up? DRG actually... Ooh.
Pretty big.
Okay, DRG is making some drones behind this, by the way. So just a small force going to be out on the map. With this layer coming up, I mean, it could just be speed and +1, Roach speed and +1. It could, as he adds a couple gases, it could actually turn into Spire.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a possibility.
It is
here.
RagnaroK Tasteless. It might be a Nidus.
It could be a Nidus.
It's going to be a Nidus.
The man with the Nidus touch. So if he Niduses, I guess he wants to basically make a launching pad next to the third. I don't think he wants to go in the main necessarily. Although he could, he has Overlords to where he could get there.
There's a possibility he just skips Nidus and just, like, powers up. Like, just pure Roach, you know, saves that money. Like, Roach speed should be starting.
Okay. These little banelings have mohawks.
Yeah, they do.
Those are rock and roller banelings, man. These are rocker banelings.
Yeah. Think I could rock a mohawk?
Hell yeah, dude. We should get mohawks.
We should get mohawks.
We should, dude. So 11 more roaches coming here now for DRG. The worker count is even, basically, 42 to 41.
DRG's going for it, man.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of
lings. It's DRG's turn. Well, the armor upgrade's coming here as well.
Yeah.
So let's see how this goes.
Attack is just ahead of Carapace, so it's important that DRG actually hits the Carapace timing. So he hits the anti-timing of just before the +1 attack roaches of RagnaroK are going to really wreck.
He's moving out, man. Oh, he doesn't even move the Overlord. Okay, well, you think by now you know if you could kill it or not, but I guess I guess if you're going by, you might as well fire on it, you know?
All right, we're just about ready. Here we go. +1 attack done. +1 carapace.
Is dun. All right. Lings have been pulled back. They're going to come in here to tank.
Yeah, they're dealing some decent damage in there as well. And if he can get any biles to hit, ooh, beautiful. Several biles do end up hitting, but that is a lot of roaches right there.
He's got Lings to tank here, but they're not lasting that long.
No. Turns out at 35 health, they don't tank that well.
It's like I'm going back. I'm going to kill that Overlord.
Lings coming up. Never quite gets the surround plus bile that I think he was really looking for here.
Yeah, if you could get them to where the surface areas like the roaches can't move, and then you could just bile inside of that group, it's going to be a lot of damage.
Now +1 versus +2 as far as the upgrade tabs go. Don't forget there are 6 Ravagers. None on the side of RagnaroK. So that's a nice thing for DRG. Their worker count is very close, but RagnaroK has popped out a few more workers.
Could end up getting another Overlord here. Not quite supply. Actually, it is supply blocking him. Got 1 supply you can work with here. Well, you know, if you can get a couple of these to continue to stack here, I mean, you can actually kind of bury him.
RagnaroK should have gotten Overlord speed.
Yeah. So, no 4th base yet. It seems like we're going to see another attack in here from DRG again, this time when missile upgrades finish.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
So basically...
And he's really massing Lings. He's really looking for that surround.
Yeah. Okay.
There's so many roaches out, man. I don't think that this is going to work. I think we have a critical mass. And look at this. He's split on 2 sides just beautifully. Yeah.
Dude, he's just coming right through.
Yeah. RagnaroK just pushing right up into. He's going to flank on this other side.
Oh, big bile connects, though. Some of these not quite being microed.
Oh, my God.
Okay, he actually is really getting good connections here. I think he's actually got enough. And this is before missile attack. It's like an anti-timing.
Those are the best timing stages. They never expect it.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. RagnaroK throwing his head back there.
Yeah. Well, thought he would do better here. Again, you let a few of those biles connect, and it really just starts to add up.
All right, well, DRG is going to be going to play against Maru for that last spot in the top 4.
Pretty crazy, man. And I really thought that RagnaroK was going to perform better today, but, you know, clearly I was wrong, man. I mean, even, you know, RagnaroK seemed to kind of know, like, oh, I don't want to play a normal game against DRG.
So pure aggression the whole day from him.
Yeah.
Well, that has been kind of what he's done, but you know what? He should be proud of himself.
Oh, yeah.
Round of 6, 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah.
He's, like, quietly asserting himself as one of the top players. That's impressive.
This is kind of crazy, man. Well, never count him out. You know, these older guys, been around forever. You know, RagnaroK, he's always going to be a top-tier Zerg, but he does seem to have these things in his play he's got to improve. Keep in mind, DRG, you know, he's not even the greatest threat of Zergs out here. So, you know, and Zerg is a race you got to be able to beat if you're going to be a champion, whether you're a Terran or Protoss or another Zerg. Guys, we're going to go to a break. DRG versus Maru is up next. We'll be right back.